along? How do I have to let some go? It's like bossology and family. How do y'all struggle with that tension?
I fired my aunt.
Right. I feel it.
I fired my aunt. She said she wanted a job. She would always call asking for money. I'm like, okay, I was sending the money. I was like, listen, I want to help you. I don't want to help you build this thing, not be welfare to you. So let me give you a job. She wasn't coming in, calling in all the time. I was like, okay, well, you got to go. Because you want me to hand you the money, but you don't want to work for it. See, that doesn't work for me. And it's the same way with my son. Like, he's 10 years old. Like, there's certain things that he wants. He has to do chores and work for it.
Right.
I don't believe in giving us things that are just going to handicap us. That is the worst thing you can do. And I've had family members that I've done that to because my mother has asked me to. And when she passed away in 2009, I sent all of them letters saying, listen, you got 60 days to become gainfully employed because I'm not going to keep supporting you like this.
Are you serious?
100%. They all got jobs. I don't believe in giving us things. And it wasn't even jobs where they're making a lot of money, but it was a job. It was something else for them to do to feel some pride in.
Right.
That's the same thing I would want somebody to do for me.
But do you still get like the backsplash from that? You know how you said they wasn't making a lot of money, then they can look at you and say, well, why I can't have more? Why am I working next to somebody to make more than me?
I have a family member got mad at me because I wouldn't give them $1 million.
You know, and I asked Jay this question because I'm actually going through that right now.
Right.
You know, when you start getting success, people start pulling on you. I just turned 38 today. Today's my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, okay, happy birthday.
And I'm gonna be able to talk about this for the rest of my days.
For the rest of your life.
I'm sitting here with legends on my birthday.
But here's the focus, though. What are you trying to do? Like, what if you're trying to build a business to carry everybody in your family through? That's one thing.
Right.
And if you're trying to do that, then build a business.
Yeah.
What that means is you got to watch the family members that come putting holes in the boat that you're trying to get across the sea.
Right.
So sometimes you build a boat by yourself.
Right.
Y'all all wait. And it wasn't even jobs where they're making a lot of money over here on the shore. Stay here. I'm building this boat. I'm going to go over here and build this, and then I'm going to come back and see who's worthy to come.
Right.
Because anybody who's going to drag you down or put holes in the boat or try to destroy you, man, why bring them over?
I had to get rid of my whole.
Over here on the shore.
Yeah, so there you have it when it comes to when you're a millionaire or a billionaire, when you hire some family members, and some families might not take it seriously, and they think sometimes they can do what they want to do because they got a cousin or uncle, you know, they got a billionaire and they can do what they want to do. But go ahead, Ronnie, man, what's your take on Todd Perry was saying about hiring family members and, you know, what they want?
Tyler Perry's right. Just because they're your family member doesn't mean you have to cripple them. If they're not performing at the job, fire them. I don't know why people have to be more sentimental when it comes to aspect of family member. No, because if they're working for another corporation, they will try to be there 110%. If you're working for my corporation, you need to be able to do the same job if another person that didn't know me is trying to do the job for. I'm hiring you so you can make extra money, and not only that, you know they're a family member, so you know he probably paid them even extra more than the other employee, and they took advantage of it. So he had a good thing of firing them, and not only that, I didn't know Tyler Perry had a son. That is something new to me, and not that, but he also teaching his son financial etiquette, financial literacy, which is very, very important, especially in a young age. So he's showing, hey, the value of making money and not to be able to be a cripple, and to understand, even though we're rich, you still got to understand the value of money and understand the value of hardship, of working hard to get what you truly deserve. Shout out to Tyler Perry. I do agree with him 110%. Family members not working 100%, fire them. Go ahead, Akeem.
I agree with this 100%. I just think that this is the trials and tribulations of people when you get successful and you come from neighborhoods like us. People feel like they're entitled to your money. People feel like you owe them because you're successful. The neighborhood feels like that, when really it's, you know what I mean, you put in the work, you get there. It'll be nice for you to give back. It'll be nice for you to support, but you're not obligated. And this is why a lot of successful men don't come back to the neighborhood, because they feel like they're obligated. In some sense, you have a duty to go back and give your wisdom. But as far as financial gain, that's up to you. You know what I mean? It would be nice for you to make sure that you come and provide, but family members, friends, the only way you can help them is by giving them a job or pointing them out to go get the money.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, as in Todd Perry, who built his wealth to being a billionaire, have his own studio and everything. he worked for over 20 years to get where he get at and everything. And to family members to see that and everything, it should be grateful. And the thing is, as a family member, you want to know, hey, how can I get into this? How can I work for you or do what you do and be successful as you is and everything. And as a family member, if I would like, he has some type of job and everything. If I could learn from Tyler Perry and work my way up and everything, or something I like and something in film or production or anything like that, I would do that and everything. But I agree with Tyler Perry. If I'm gonna hire you, I need you to work as a worker. As a family member, I love you and everything, but you gotta do what you do. You come in late, you come in calling out, you gonna get fired. As a boss. I still, as me being at this type of status I am right now, you got to do what you got to do. And also people that ask you for money, everything, I'm okay with like maybe $100, $500, or $1,000. But if you want to, I don't like when family members, when they, ask for $1 million, oh, they're not going to hurt you. You got it. You're a billionaire and everything. I don't like family members like that. They think like, since you can't give $1 million, it's not going to hurt you like that and everything. Like, no, if I work for my money, it's like that. I'm in a different tax bracket, than you are and everything. If I give $1 million, the majority you might do it's risk it all and everything. You're not going to invest in anything like that, something like that. But yeah, Tyler Perry, he's right on what he's doing. He's definitely a businessman. He does have a son, so when it comes to all the stuff that he has, his studio and everything, he definitely passed it on with the son and everything. So it just tells you, when it comes to family members, you gotta let families know you're gonna work, you're gonna have to work. It won't be no free handouts, all this and that and everything. Because if you think it's gonna be a free handout and everything, you got someone else coming. But shout out to Tyler Perry, he did the right thing.